I'm tired, so I ran up and down the stairs. I have to talk nonstop. So give me a
Catch your
second
breath
to breathe.
if you want.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Welcome to the watching show. No, I'll let you know.
Let's do that.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, the first thing I did after getting out to that was inhale. All right, I said that. Okay. The sun was setting. I decided to take a walk. It's highly unlikely that I will find anything more exciting to do for the rest of the evening. That was something interesting. Quite unexpectedly. I'm supposed to watch this place for the nurse, but I guess not. Oh, loud bang. It seemed like something had exploded.
Kaboom!
I was paralyzed, but not really.
My back is what exploded.
My back!
I was literally paralyzed.
So I was like, no. I'm also...
I know what to do. I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
And then he like fixes himself. Sorry, go ahead.
That's nothing important. Somebody grabbed my hand, ass. It was Olga Dimitrievna.
Why are you standing here? Let's go and see what happened.
Can't you ever manage without me?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I begged her aggressively.
It shouldn't be anything serious, I hope.
That leg snapped really loudly, apparently.
Oh, I like this painting.
I guess the colors are different.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
When we came to the square, there was already a crowd of pioneers.
I can tell.
It's just so many.
We could not paint them. You have to imagine the crowd. We couldn't even paint like one or two.
I would say you can't imagine how many people, but you have to imagine them
You
actually.
literally have to
because we can't show
imagine
you.
all these people.
Olga Dimitrievna vigorously pushed through the crowd and approached the crime scene. How did she know it was a crime? How did I know it was a crime scene? Obviously, someone had tried to blow up Genda. He looks fine, dude. But the attackers failed. The monument was still standing upright. Oh! There was only DMS traces on the pedestal.
This is your fault.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
Well, who did this?
Oh, she looked over the crowd of pioneers. There was her backside doing that same expression outwardly, like not at me.
Yeah.
Surely it wasn't done by
It would be
organ.
great if they painted her from behind doing that same pose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The backside. So I'm seeing her back end pointed at me, and she's like aggressively, "Who did this?" I'm just like staring at her butt.
Yeah.
Surely it wasn't done organization. These guys all came here just to look at what happened. I noticed Ulyana and Yelissa in the crowd, and it looks like our camp leader noticed them too.
Oh, it's them. I forgot she took that carbon stuff.
Yeah, but why?
You two, come here.
I don't know that they actually did anything. It's just possible. They approached reluctantly.
Why always me? If you think so, show me your hands, Vajeskaya.
The color helps.
What's wrong with him?
I looked closer and saw that they were smeared with black. That's blackface on the hands.
I didn't know you were part black. Now it's clear to me. You deserve privileges.
Yeah, whatever.
What did you make a bomb with?
The junior terrorist seemed to hesitate over whether or not to confess, but then blurted out proudly.
Activated carbon, saltpeter, and sulfur.
I'm a good doctor for not giving you carbon like I said not to, but she stole it. I'm going to get in trouble anyway, probably. Wait a minute, carbon. That sounds familiar for some reason.
Why exactly the monument? What did this honored man ever do to you? The fighter for the rights of...
I could hardly imagine how long she would have kept on scolding Alyssa if Electronic hadn't popped out there shouting. Here comes Electronic yelling.
I found it. I found it.
He turned toward him. He held a boot in his hand.
This is a boot.
Electronic boastfully shook it over his head.
It is Shurik's boot.
Oh no.
Okay, calm down.
Shurik exploded.
Why does he look so casual about it?
Because they have only a few animations to use.
Yeah. Tell us in detail where you found it. In the forest.
Forest. Like the least detailed answer possible.
Yeah. Just in this area. On the way to the old camp.
Whispers ran around the pioneers. Old camp.
Are you sure? Absolutely.
What's so special about this old camp? I joined in the conversation.
It's nothing really. It's just like this one, but much old.
She stammered.
One of Sovyanuk's legends tells the story of a young camp leader's ghost living there. She fell in love with a pioneer, but he rejected her, and so she killed herself. This music.
That and the story, all of it, it just tickles. It's not right.
She committed harakiri with the kitchen knife.
Sorry, I'm laughing at death too much.
The next day, that boy got
Hey, that sounds familiar.
Dude, I wonder if you didn't get hit by a bus.
I got hit by a bus for sure. Now,
that's my prediction, and you're fucking dead.
so I rejected a girl and she killed herself. Now I got hit by a bus. Now I'm living in a fantasy death world.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That is the most telling answer we've gotten the whole time.
I'm just guessing.
I am obviously. Who the balls else would be hit by a bus? Stupid. Oh yeah, I ran out of the crowd. Bus. I refrain from asking about the route number, but
science does not acknowledge the existence of ghosts, so we have proof that they exist. Anyway, someone should go there.
Suddenly the crowd started to thin out.
We're going there.
Lots of weight.
We're going there. Okay, Dmitrievna, it's almost night. Maybe tomorrow. Where is Slavia?
She shows up there, Judge. I turned around and saw Slavia and Lena.
What if at night something happens to him? No, today, right now.
Evil dies tonight.
I'm gonna stop bad from happening in the world.
This instant.
With this pen, I will write the future of the... And then it's a pretzel.
We got it.
I will write the... Yeah, anyway.
I wish I was illustrated on a pencil with this pen.
Yeah,
like
it's
animated.
Yeah.
By the way, where is this place? Where's the music coming from?
It's at the old camp. Yeah, they're not helpful at all.
The electronic roughly described to me the directions and told me the story of the old camp, but not to us, just to my character. The camp leader looked at me attentively. So if you think that
You're the only man here.
I am a man. Electronic is not a man. It has been decided. I am a man. I looked around the area. Of course, Electronic was quick to flee. What? I still didn't want to walk in the woods alone. If you would ask me, I would go alone.
Oh!
I don't want to go home. You guys gotta go alone.
Go with Slavia.
I'm taking a girl with.
Yeah, you gotta take
I want
a girl.
something to happen.
Okay, I would say either Lena or Slavia, but I pick Slavia.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Definitely not Uliana or Alyssa.
All right, definitely not Alyssa because she's what do you call that? False accusational terrorist.
Right, and then
She's actually the worst person.
Right.
And she's
annoying.
And she's the most bland rice cake.
But that's
and
why
she
I
has
like her.
personality and I have some kind of history with her, but I like her because I know nothing about her and nothing can happen. That's why I would
Plus,
choose
she's
her.
a little flirty, and I like that.
And because you're here.
Yes.
So that's
Yes,
what I'm going
Slavia.
with.
Slavia.
But also go alone. This is what I was saying. Your opinion matters. If I will change I will change what I'm doing for you because you're here.
I would say
Ultimately, it's my decision, but I take you into account.
Okay.
So I'm going with this one because you're here and because you want to. And
Okay.
I don't mind so much.
I still want you to pick whatever you want. This is like one of those scenarios where I would be fine with you picking Go Alone, but I think it would be better if we pick Slavia.
I hope she dies
I
because,
think it'd be
because
better
I
for the
chose
show.
for her to go with me.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen, but I'm going with Slavia. Okay.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Let's do it.
I would click that. This is for you. Will she agree? I mean, I looked at Slavia. She paid no attention to me. Looks like it's not my day. I'm going there alone. I think she would have if I had built a relationship, probably.
Oh, interesting.
I think
that would be interesting.
Olga Dmitrievna looked thoughtful.
Perhaps you're right. We'll go together tomorrow morning.
Wow, that was a big ball of freaking nothing. None of that mattered. We stood in silence for some time, mourning the death of Lenin's the coroner chip on his pedestal is very sad, then dispersed around the camp. This is a new painting. Everybody seemingly forgot about Alyssa and her terrorist act and is not being punished probably, maybe due to the mind energy cost. Together with the camp leader, I went toward our cabin. I tried to think of why Shurik would go to the old camp. He is interested in robots in cybernetics, not scary stories and ghosts. What does the boot have to do with it? I remember how I decided to wait until something extraordinary would happen, and then I realized this is it. Olga Dmitrievna, I think I'll take a walk before bed.
Just not a long one.
Okay, Mom. When I reached the square, I understood that hanging around the forest or some other strange place may not be that scary, but doing so in the dark. I didn't want to return to Olga Dmitrievna's cabin, but I had to find a flashlight. For instance, there was one in the infirmary, which I forgot about. I was glad I didn't spend my whole time there reading this fashion magazine for the nth time. Someone's got to be in here, please. Like, with the broken leg. Let's find what's going on. Nope, skipped all of that. The flashlight was found quickly, and in a few minutes, I was again standing at the square, pulling myself together. I just had to make the final decision before I entered the forest, moving past the pioneers' cabins, down the forest path towards the abandoned camp. I set forth. Electronic told me that the old building was built immediately after the war. Yeah, I think I'm starting to see the effects of my choices.
I think so, yeah.
It looked like a kindergarten or like a barracks I expected, and definitely could hold fewer pioneers in today's camp. It had been abandoned for about 20 years, because I know that. Well, actually, Electronic told me about it. I forgot. It was now totally dark. And then
Hey, anybody out there?
And then creepy Halo music, and Peter
Oh,
started
it's
talking.
you. Hey, I was just about to hit the sack, but maybe we could catch the game together.
Mysterious Patrick
Not a big
Warden
hockey
shadows
guy,
hide
but,
behind the trees. Strange rustling in the cries.
Hey!
There's several of them, so we both get to do it.
What are you doing?
My bird!
What's going on?
Come on!
What are you doing there? What do you think you're doing,
Nipping
word
under my
boy?
feet.
There's a
One right
single
by my
word.
ear. What do you think you're doing here, worm boy? The full moon was shining so inside of the behind the flashlight. I love that line.
What do you think you're doing here, worm boy?
The further I moved, the more unpleasant thoughts came to my head.
What do I think I'm doing here, worm boy?
I wasn't afraid of the dark at all. I didn't believe in ghosts and other mystical crap, but at the same time, during the last few days, I'd encountered so many incomprehensible phenomena that against my own will, I started to read between the lines of the simplest things. Obviously, I felt exceptionally uneasy in the forest at night. Everywhere I looked, every shadow, every tree, forest.
Oh gosh.
No, you
You want me to
mad?
take over for you?
No, you want me to read this then?
I don't care. I'll read it.
This I think is skippable, but I can read it if you want, because he's just describing a forest. If I had found myself in this forest under other circumstances without all these buses and pioneer camps, of course I'd still feel uncomfortable, but then I would be unable. I'd be able to explain everything with logic and be afraid of nothing, except for owls and mice, of course. But at the moment, there were more than enough reasons to fear. Despite all this, I reached the old camp without any adventures. Swoosh.
Whoa.
Yeah. Time for a torture scene. Woo! I'm getting a whip. I don't know why it's just comedic to me. That's not scary. It's like comedic. In a little glade surrounded by trees.
Hurts.
Ow!
Ow. Stop it.
Not the face. Paint sealed off the walls.
Ow.
Almost all the windows were broken. Broken. Come here, boy.
Get over here, worm boy.
That's a squirrel.
Yeah. Broken. Of course
What do
it
you
was a
think you're
squirrel
doing
the whole
here,
time.
worm boy?
Broken
Come
masonry
on.
there, holes in the roof. They
Bring
looked like
it
they were
on.
made by a bomb. In front of the building was a little garden surrounded by a rusty fence. Apparently, once it was a playground with a merry-go-round, sliding swings, and other Soviet attractions. But time is cruel. All of them were broken and mutilated by corrosion. The grass was so tall that it almost came to my waist. Now what?
Whoa, it
They
changed colors.
color. I guess it's the moon. The moon looked out from behind the clouds and illuminated the old camp. Yeah, it was
The
the moon.
moon came out from the clouds and then used the overexposed sepia filter to change the texture and the tone of the picture.
I heard playful laughter, saw
Whoa.
translucent children, joyful running and frolicking in the yard, a strict camp leader on the threshold, holding a bucket with ripe apples in her
Apple.
hands. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh shit. The old cleaning lady taking a nap in the shade. So a strict camp leader, I do have that. Is the camp I'm at a recreation of the camp that the girl lover lived at? And is one of the girls a reincarnation of my dead love interest that I don't know? That's a bit twisty that I just thought of. I don't know. It sent chills down my back. Of course, my imagination was just playing tricks. None of this story stuff would be real because that would just be kind of cool. So no, it's not going to happen. I stood undecided for a long time before I dared to go further. Yeah, go further. After all, I'm here to find Shorik, though I still don't get what he might be doing here.
Or why he left a boot.
Yeah, who does that? A boot somewhere nearby doesn't mean anything. However, if he was not eaten by wolves, for some reason it seemed like there would be no wolves in this forest, this might be the only place where he might be hiding. I carefully crossed the yard, pushing the tall grass apart and trying not to bump into a jagged piece of metal, but I stopped in the doorway, hesitating. An impenetrable heavy darkness stared back at me from inside. Let's go, darkness! Even the bright moonlight could not illuminate any object, or even that. My head was filled up with different thoughts that all said that it's better for me not to go any further back and run away quickly. But I pulled myself together, turned on the flashlight, and stepped over to the threshold.
Hey, you found my house. The wife is inside. She's preparing. Oh, you've linguine.
You've come for dinner. We've been expecting you.
By the way,
That's a little creepy.
yeah, linguine tonight. We're not doing the whole. I think the lasagna thing was a little heavy-handed.
Hey,
you know, you
look
don't
at that
go-
trash can. Look at my arrow.
What about it?
Tip
What?
of my arrow.
What is it?
It's a head. It's a person.
It
a
is.
body.
Oh, that's creepy.
I like that. I was like, I'm gonna point at it so he gets freaked out.
That is creepy.
I think that's not supposed to be important, but it's definitely there.
yeah, and it's looking at you.
Yeah, it's just I think it's a mannequin. I don't know.
Don't like it.
I like that. I like it. Let's put it with the
So
drinks.
that's my dog.
Don't look at that. It's not there.
It's not a dead body. No,
It's a living one.
It's my uncle. He was not a fan of pasta. He. Anyway, go to the kitchen.
Could this be the legendary?
Come on.
Could this be the
Bring
legendary?
it on.
Could this be? Could this be the legendary? Could this be the legendary Cotton Eye Joe?
yeah.
Is that where he go?
Where did you go?
All right, moving on.
Where did you come from?
But we don't know the answer to that one.
This
I
is
still
great.
remembered my childhood days, and so everything here looked very familiar.
What?
This is obviously I am the guy who died by the bus. Sleeping room with lines of beds standing close to each other, a large playroom, toilets, a dining room, and utility rooms. Signs of past children's joy were seen everywhere. From time to time, the flashlight drew my attention to a decaying doll. Let's try what that is. Or a plastic toy car, or a punctured rubber ball, or broken rank of tin soldiers. There is a book on the table, faded with age. I flipped through the pages. It was a story I had read a long time ago, back in my childhood. Something about the war. Enemies destroyed the kindergarten and all of its kids hid in a little basement together with a bunch of adults while bombs were being exploded up on the surface. I don't remember the end of the story, but as far as I remember, nobody died. Looking at the illustrations, all the emotions, fear, sadness, empathy for the poor children, and the sense of helplessness which I had experienced while reading this book came over me. It's strange that under exactly these conditions right here and now that I found this book. Probably there is somebody who manages this ongoing story, who writes this scenario for this absurd play that I'm obviously the main person in, who sells costumes for the local pioneers and creates sets like Alice in Camp. Yeah, I'm part of a story. To tell the truth, he is very talented and handsome. Attention is paid to the most minor details. Although this place was abandoned a long time ago, everything here seemed to be untouched.
Except for the fact that there's stuff literally everywhere.
And the book and whatever. Of course, time didn't spare these camps. In so many years, it had often been visited by the locals. A perfect place for young people just hitting puberty. They could drink alcohol, indulge in amorous pleasures, or simply burn everything down just for fun. Electronic mentioned this place is full of legends. Legends of ghosts and devils living here. Take, for example, the story about the camp leader who committed suicide. I know this story because it's me. In my world, nobody would believe it, but this could stop somebody. But in this reality, anything is possible. Certainly, the fear didn't disappear, but I decided that since I had come here, I was going to carry on to the end. Yeah, do that! The building was small, so it wasn't difficult to search it completely, but I didn't find any sign of Shurik. Maybe I should just call out to him. But on the other hand, maybe that's not such a good idea. Frustrated, I sat on a bench in the lobby inside. Ghosts, where are you?
We're in the kitchen. I'm in the white sheet.
I asked the camp.
I said we're making linguine.
We're making it quiet. And all of a sudden, I noticed a strange depression in the corner. Is that the depression? Oh, please. It'd be cool if he drew your attention to it after all this time of us staring at the picture. We realized that was there the whole time. That'd be awesome. I doubt it, but I would like that. A small trap door. An adult would barely be able to squeeze through it. and it seemed to me that it had been recently opened as the dust was cleared around it. Yeah, no, I didn't think so. And so here's the part where I need to be scared. So Shorik went somewhere. What might be lurking beneath the trap door? A basement? What would he be doing there? I pulled open the hitch and pointed the flashlight into the darkness. There was a ladder going down a couple of meters, ending in the concrete floor. There was a low, narrow corridor disappearing in the darkness. I hesitated for a long time. On the one hand, I had absolutely no desire to go down there, but then if Shirk was really there, they swore loudly and then began to ascend. Fuck! I'm looking for a human bone, but I don't see anything.
Hey, where you going?
Look, the noodles are done. Where are you going?
They're only al dente.
Where are you going? Worm boy! Like,
Worm boy! Come back, worm boy! The noodles are only cooked to al dente. I got ragu.
Low ceiling wires, the walls, iron bar. I've seen it all somewhere. I slowly started to move deeper into the dungeon. The path went down after a few dozen meters, ended at the stair with high steps. Yeah, pictures. Let's go. Let's go. Soon I found myself in front of a massive metal door. There was a sign painted on it. There is? Where?
It's a hazmat sign.
Oh, it's just, that's all it is. It's just a biohazard sign. No wonder. If the old camp was built after the war, then it lasted until the 70s. So, it's an ordinary bomb shelter and there's nothing to be afraid of. However, those thoughts made me even more scared. This sounds more cyber technical that sure could be interested in. I was like, what is his interest? Like, here's something, I guess. Because I mentioned time travel and stuff to them. And he's like, it's technically possible.
Yeah.
So I guess that's his connection. I made the decision and opened the door.
The door.
Should we stop it right there? Because it's just like a
What time is it? How much are we into the episode?
That's what you mean. This episode is 22 minutes long.
Yeah, we should just check it out.
You too curious?
No, I can wait. I just think it's
All right,
22 minutes is pretty short.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ooh.
Which immediately shut with a sharp sound as soon as I stepped through the doorway. We could still pause and make it a cock tease. I'm kidding. I'm just trying to be annoying. Do you want to go ahead?
Yes.
Okay. I shuddered strongly. My hands began to tremble, and I covered my ass cheeks because I totally anticipated someone to grab my ass again.
They
Regain
always are
consciousness.
grabbing the ass.
They're always doing that. After a few seconds, and only then did I
I got him. I got him. He's in the cupboard downstairs.
got him.
Yes.
I got the worm ball.
I got worm boy. Yeah.
So there's a spring on the door. Okay. I found myself in quite a suspicious room.
Spacious room.
Nah. In the beam of the flashlight, I could see a bunk bed, some cabinets along the walls, and several inches of unknown purpose located.
Devices?
Yes, it's devices, not inches. It seemed that this bomb shelter has never been used. Nice, brand new bomb shelter. Nobody ever came here. The beds were made, which is strange in itself. No, it's not. I carefully looked around the room several times. The cabinets were filled with gas masks, chemical protective suits, dry rations, various domestic ordnance. The devices which I at first could determine the purpose of were gauges of radiation, air pressure, and temperature. In short, it was a typical bomb shelter. I'd never been in such a place before, but it was how I'd imagined it. The only thing that remained unexplored was the door at the other end of the room. I pulled the handle, but the door remained closed. If someone recently came down here, it wasn't found, and he wasn't found in this room, then it would be logical to assume that he is behind this door. I called out in a whisper. Shark! No reply. Maybe he locked himself out, but why? It was unclear what I should do next. Perhaps it would be smarter to come back tomorrow with help, but for some reason I had a feeling that behind this door, I would find answers that can't wait to be found. Get a fire hydrant, break it down. Go, 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 go. I walked across the room, grabbed a crowbar. Yeah, crowbar, go! I wedged it under the bottom of the door and tried to rip it from its hinges. Oddly enough, after a while, I did just that. Fortunately, it wasn't as massive as the previous door. Ah! That was actually scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. The door gave out and slammed onto the floor. There's probably nothing there, but I hope there's something. Took a deep breath and pointed the flashlight at the message.
Whoa.
It's
another
the same,
corridor?
But it's the same one. See, it says the same one as the one which brought me here. It
the
literally
corridor
is the same.
as the one that
That
brought you
doesn't make
here.
any sense. It's a dimensional door.
Maybe it's just
The walls were closing in. My head was almost touching the ceiling, but I could not make it out the end of the corridor. I walked carefully, looking at the ground. This was the reason that I did not fall into the pit. Hey, something different. Is there train tracks underneath there?
It sure looks like
The
it.
hole was about 1.5 meters diameter, and there was earth at the bottom of it instead of concrete. It seemed that the hole was caused by an explosion. It wasn't too deep. I could easily climb out later. Mining.
Oh.
After I jumped down the hole, I found myself in something that resembled an old mine. Well, sure, it can't be here if the door was locked. I guess it could be here. The walls and the ceiling were reinforced with wooden beams. The tunnel was so long that my flashlight was insufficient. Have you ever played that game Minecraft? It's a good game. A few minutes later, I found myself at the crossroads. It's too dangerous to go any further. I could get lost, just like Minecraft. I decided that I need torches. I decided that it would be a good idea to somehow mark torches, the place from which I began my journey to Labyrinth. So I picked up a stone, made a big notch on the wall. So.
Oh, wow.
I would instinctively go right, but Gandalf would say to go left. So I'm gonna go. Okay, here's the thing. I think this is the correct way, but I think there's extra stuff, and I would always habitually go for extra, so I default to that.
All right, without looking at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Oh, I do. You said that. I looked right at him.
Okay. Top or bottom?
I don't know what that means.
Just pick top or bottom right now.
But I don't know what it means.
Because it's a coin flip. I've put one hand on top of the other, and you're not going to see which one I've done. Whichever one you pick is going to be the way you go.
So you mean heads or tails?
Basically. But top or bottom?
Bottom.
You're going left.
Good. That's what I wanted.
Yes. Left.
It seems that there's another fork in the road. Yeah! Left. We can top or bottom again. I don't want to get lost. Now that there's several directions, I'm going to keep going left so that I know where I am. I came to some kind of miner's camp. Pigs and helmets everywhere. The rusty wagon stood in the corner. All the items were so old. They dated from the beginning of the 20th century rather than the middle. So this really is a mine. Which means I could wander around here for ages without finding a way out. But I sensed that exit was somewhere nearby and went further. It seems that there's another fork in the road.
Another one.
That's
Dang.
okay. We'll go left again.
Keep her going.
I don't think I'm supposed to go this way. Now if I go left one more time, I should be back to where I started, right? I don't have a choice to go. All right, this is the 5th. I've gone left 4 times. Here's the 5th time.
Oh, geez.
Well, I'm gonna get confused if I don't do it. Don't do it. And I think this is the wrong way anyway. From the beginning, I thought I was wrong.
Let's go for it.
He's gonna keep doing this. Maybe this is like a trick. Like it doesn't matter. All right, 6 lefts. A door from 6 left turns. Very cool. I opened it and went inside a small room. Nobody was here except. Boom! Holy shit!
Shark, we found him!
Holy shit!
Nice!
Let's stop right there.
We found him.
Jeez.
Why does he look off?
He just
mad?
found something out he did not want to find out.
Why is he eating his thumb? Maybe he's so hungry.
He's just nervous and
He's
scared.
so hungry that he's eating his thumb.
Oh, that was the most intense it's gotten.
That's fun. I'm glad it's more than just like a dating thing.
Yeah, me too. Jeez. Yeah, me too.
Next time we're going to do more. Yes.
Suck one. Me. I gotta suck one really bad. Thanks for watching.
You always are doing that, so keep it up, big boy.
Don't stop now.
Yeah, keep it up, big boy.
Worm boy.